Hi, this is Andy, the Supple Audiophile. Welcome to my channel. This is a very brief vinyl finds video. Been buying a few bits and pieces over the last week or so. So I thought I'd share these with you, and let's crack on with it straight away. Right, so I've started to recollect some Dire Straits albums. Already got Alchemy. I bought that quite a while ago. Alchemy is a fantastic live album, as you probably know. But the first one I bought, studio album that I've repurchased, is Love Over Gold. This is the first pressing, and it's in absolutely pristine condition. There's a couple of pops and clicks on Private Investigations. I've got to get that sorted out. It needs a deep clean, probably on a ultrasonic cleaner. I think I've said this in one of my other videos, I desperately need a proper record cleaning machine, and it will get rid of all those pops and clicks. But this is a fantastic record. There's a lot of quiet passages. Obviously in Private Investigations you need that. You know, it can be quite distracting if there's pops and clicks on that song, because it's quite a quiet song with lots of quiet passages. But no, this is great. Telegraph Road, Private Investigations. I can't remember what else is on here actually. Let's see. Industrial Disease, Love Over Gold, of course, and It Never Rains. It's on the Vertigo label. Like I say, it's in excellent condition. It just needs a good clean. A good clean. I'm probably going to sort of work my way through the Dire Straits back catalogue, you know, buying their first, their original studio albums. I was pondering on getting the Mo-Fi 45 RPMs. I may still do that, regardless of the fact they're digital. They're supposed to sound really good. So I'm seriously thinking about getting the Mo-Fis, but I'll get the original studio pressings to begin with and see how I get on with them. Anyway, Love Over Gold, Dire Straits, great album. The next album that I bought, this is an album I think on a lot of audiophile channels, a band that gets overlooked, badly overlooked. That's Big Country. This is The Crossing, their debut album. This was released in 3 different colours, green, blue and red, I believe. This is the blue one. I'm not that much of a completist that I want all 3 colours. I was pondering it because they're not expensive to buy, these records. These are really reasonably priced. But it's got In a Big Country on it, and the absolute classic song Chance, which is absolutely brilliant. It's got the late great Stuart Adamson on it, ex of the Skids. This is a really good album. It's well recorded. It's all analogue, as you know, and yeah, this is brilliant. Big Country, The Crossing, really worth checking out. If you're sort of a casual listener of Big Country and you've not really heard their album tracks, check out The Crossing. I paid literally about 10 quid for this off Discogs, plus about 3 or 4 quid shipping. It's worth it, you know, and it's near mint as well. Near mint vinyl, VG plus to near mint jacket. Worth checking out, Big Country. The next one is an interesting one. It's on Cherry Red Records, and this is Thomas Leer, 4 Movements. This is a 12-inch EP. It's got 2 tracks per side. It's 45 RPM. I've spoke about Thomas Leer in one of my previous videos. I've got another 12-inch of his called All About You, which is absolutely astounding. This was released before that. This was released in 1981. All About You was 82. This is really good. This has got Don't, Letter from America, Tight as a Drum and West End on it. And this is interesting because it comes with, if I can get it out, and in a sleeve which has got adverts on it for other cherry red artists from back in the day, which is really, really interesting. And this is, albeit a bit dusty, but this is in immaculate condition. It's virtually mint, you know, really, really worth checking out. Obviously I will be putting these in an archival sleeve. This is from like 81, and they didn't really think about archival sleeves back then, but hey ho. Right, the next one. This is an interesting one because I'm sort of getting kick-started on collecting my Bowie back, and I went on Discogs and I've been looking for the 40th anniversary all analogue pressing of Ziggy Stardust, and I saw this one advertised on there, still sealed. I was a bit foolish because the only way you can tell if this is the all analogue version is by cracking it open and checking the dead wax. The jacket and everything on the jacket is exactly the same as the digital one, so you'll never know without checking the dead wax on the run-out grooves. Mr. Naive that I was, I bought it. He was advertising it as the all analogue pressing, which was a repress of the 40th anniversary version that was in the box set, and this arrived. So it's got the little Bowie, the little official Bowie sticker on there, and heavyweight, remastered heavyweight 180 gram vinyl, still on the shrink. I just split the shrink open. It comes with a reproduction in a sleeve as per the original, which is nice, and then the record, which comes in a polylined inner, which is nice. And then when I got it out, I checked the dead wax, and it weren't the analogue one. This is digital. So I was a little bit peeved at that, because I specifically was seeking out the analogue version. So I've emailed the seller, and I've just told him, you know, for future reference, I'm not going to send this back because obviously I've opened it and it's okay, it's not a bad copy. I'll probably let my son have this. But I did email the seller and said, like, you may want to, before you start advertising them, if they're sealed, you may want to crack them open and check the dead wax to make sure that what you're selling is what it's been listed as, because it can be quite disheartening when you get it, open it and realise it ain't what you wanted. It still sounds good. I have listened to it. It ain't bad, but it's not what I wanted, and that's the key thing. I've since ordered an analogue copy, which is on its way. That cost me £15 plus £5 shipping, 20 quid. And that is a mint record that hasn't been played and a near mint cover. It's been cracked open, but the seller reckons he's not played it, which is fine. I did get him to check the dead wax, and the seller, this new seller, has now confirmed that it is the all analogue from the original Analog Master Tapes version of Ziggy Stardust. So that's a bit of a lesson for people out there. If you're buying something off Discogs and you want a specific version, either ask the seller to crack it open, which they probably won't actually, because they're going to sell it as mint sealed, aren't they? So they're not going to crack it open just to check the dead wax. Lesson learned. I would never buy, not unless the seller was 100% sure, I would not buy a sealed copy of a record where you relied on the dead wax etchings to tell you what version it was you was buying. You know, I think it's a lesson learned. But anyway, yeah, Ziggy Stardust, great album. Just be careful out there when you're ordering off Discogs. Make sure that you're getting what you expect. Okay. And the last one, this is interesting. This came up actually on my Facebook feed the other day as an advert from Rough Trade Records in London, and I saw it and I thought, Christ, I've been wanting that album for ages. I've been checking Discogs for a original pressing of this record, but Rough Trade, they've just reissued it, and that's English Settlement by XTC. Now this is really interesting because they've released it in two different versions. They've released a clear vinyl version and a black vinyl version. I've got the double disc clear vinyl. They're both double discs, by the way. They've spread all of the tracks over two discs, not 45 RPM now, 33 RPM, but they've been split over two discs. The clear vinyl version is strictly limited to 500 worldwide. So if you want this, go to Rough Trade really quick. They're about 29 quid, I think, 29.95 for the double disc version of this English Settlement. They're doing a black vinyl version, which is not limited. But if you specifically want this clear vinyl version, you're going to have to get in to Rough Trade rather sharpish. Like I say, they're limited to 500 worldwide from what I can see. And this is an absolutely astounding album. It's got the genius of Andy Partridge all over it. Senses Working Overtime is one of the best pop songs written in the 80s. The band are just brilliant. This album is when they were at their peak, and it was just shortly after this Andy Partridge sort of decided to call it a day. I think he was finding the pressures of touring just too much. He was suffered from stage fright, and he was not comfortable performing live, and he just wanted to just jack it in, which he did. But you just can't deny his songwriting is like on another level. He's like a modern Lennon or a modern McCartney. He's, you know, XTC are just a fantastic band, and if you want this, check out roughtrade.com. They're on there. It comes with an OB. This OB is removable. It's just a cardboard OB, so you've got a plain front cover. Let's show you what you get. So obviously you've got two discs. We'll use this as my thumbnail. Okay, you've got two discs, both clear vinyl. I'll go through tracks. So side one, you've got Ball and Chain, Senses Working Overtime, Jason and the Argonauts, and then side two, you've got No Thugs in Our House, Yacht Dance, All of a Sudden, It's Too Late. And then on the next one, oh my God, falling over. The next album you've got Melt the Guns, Leisure, It's Nearly Africa, Knuckle Down, and Fly on the Wall, Down in the Cockpit, English Roundabout, and Snowman. This is an absolutely fantastic album. Worth checking out if you like good musicianship, brilliant songwriting. You just can't fault it. Like I say, this is a Rough Trade exclusive, being sold exclusively through Rough Trade Records in London. You can mail order it online, roughtrade.com. Okay, but yeah, English Settlement, worth checking out. So that's the vinyl finds for this week. I have got one other record that's winging its way to me. It's not arrived yet. That's going to be the last record I need to do another Joy Division shootout video. They've only done 2 albums really, if you discount Still, so it's not really difficult to realise what one I'm going to be doing next. But yeah, and that's it for this week. If you like what you're hearing, like and subscribe, hit the bell, etc. And till next time.